If you want to change your life, then this is the only video that you need to watch. At age of 35, I turned my life around. I was unhappy the way that I was living. I was unhappy with the job that I had. I hated everything about my life. Now I am living a much happier life. I'm a brand owner of Ankita. I make a product that empowers kids, and I make YouTube videos to inspire many people so they live their life as fulfilled as I am living right now. And how I did it, because I wasn't always like this person. I have messed up many times. I have procrastinated more than times than you think. But today, I am going to share how I turned my pain into my power. And this video is going to be your roadmap that is going to help you going from living unfulfilled life to living more aligned and happy life. And all you need is just 6 months. If you are like me, who is in your mid-30s and you're thinking that it's too late to start, or you don't think that anyone can change life at this age, because listen up, if I can change my life age of 35, so you can do that too. The first step when it comes to changing your life is self-awareness. And I don't want you to treat this video as an entertainment. I want you to grab a pen and paper, and you can do this with me. Grab a notebook and write down all the areas of your life and analyze where things are at when it comes to your health, where things are at when it comes to your career, relationship, your finances, your environment, your personal growth, and score them each from 1 to 10 and be really honest. 10 being the best, the amazing, and anything that is less than 6 means that you need to work on. For example, currently my career is at 8, but my relationship is at 6 because I am spending so much of my time building my brand Ankita and creating these YouTube videos and coaching women. And I know that I could spend a little bit more time with my kids, with my husband. I know that I could spend more time with them. And this is why I give a score 6. And same way, and I want you to analyze each areas of your life. And this is the tool, a wheel of life, coaches use to evaluate where you are at current moment in your life. You may be thinking that your health is at 4, but your career is at 9. You're really happy with the job that you have, but you have noticed that you're working late in the nighttime, and this is why your health is at lower. Then after doing this exercise, you will have a clear idea where you are currently at. And when you are wanting to make a change, and this is where we all have these urges. I had that too, because I'm a type A person. I just like to get things done. And then when I did this exercise and I saw my health could be better, my relationship could be better, and there's a lot of things that I wanted to do, but then this is where the problem comes. You need to focus on one goal. And this is why I set that 6 months, because it takes time and habit and system to make that goal achievable. So pick one area. Where is the one area that you wanted to focus your next 6 months to improve on? Now, the next point is alignment. Ask yourself, what would your life look like if that one area was a 10? For me, if my relationship would be 10, how would it look like? It would look like that every evening I'm not grabbing my laptop and working. It would look like that I'm spending more quality time with my son. It would look like that I would not be missing any of his game. It would look like that I'm spending more time with my husband, doing the things that we love to do. And this is the same way. Look at the area that you think. For example, when I wanted to make a change 2 years ago, my career looked like 2 because I was mentally drained. My soul was not happy. The work that I was doing, the team that I was with, and I knew it. This is the one area that I wanted to make a big change. Now look at your score and make one decision. Just one thing that you think can help you. One thing that will bring you closer to your dream version. what would that one thing you can do? For example, if you are really unhappy with the job, if you feel like that you have a toxic team, you know that you are fully capable to apply somewhere else. But the scarcity, what if the team is not good? What if the next team that I join is even more toxic? All these fear that in your head, write down what is the one thing that you want to take an action today. And always remember, you don't need a whole staircase to make a change right now. All you need is a one action, just one movement in the right direction. And that is going to make a huge difference. If you think that your health is something suffering, then all you have to do is, instead of grabbing a coffee first thing in the morning, just drink water. Simple. We always overcomplicate things. The solutions are very simple. And if we keep things simple, we are going to be more successful. Every day when I know that at nighttime I am scrolling on my phone, I am spending an hour or more than that just mindlessly scrolling, when I know I have this habit. But one I can do is, instead of putting my phone next to the bed, I started putting a book. What it did, I'm forced now to read a book instead of scrolling. And what it also helps me to sleep better at night. Then I have no excuses not to wake up early in the morning. And if you know in your career that you can apply a better job, then all you have to do is just refine few things in your resume and do it right now. And now let's talk about it, the activation plan. And this is the execution. This is where we are going to take an action. The difference between the dreamer and the difference between the successful person is nothing but they take action. It all based on the consistency. But here's the problem. As soon as your brain think about to do anything, your brain gets into the fear mode. You think that you are procrastinating, but it's actually your brain is wired to in a comfortable situation. Your brain is not wired to do hard things. And this is where it activates the fear mode. And you think that you are procrastinating. If you understand the procrastination is nothing but a fear, and then activate the fear and both reward. If you want to achieve a goal, when I decided that I wanted to change my life, I activated my fear mode. If I don't do anything about my life, then I had to go back to that miserable job. I activated the fear in my brain, and then I started working towards my brand. And then every step I would reward myself. When I registered my business, I rewarded myself. Look, I did it. And I kept giving my brain an examples and almost like a proof that, look, you can do hard things. It's always the simple thing. And keep activating your fear and reward system in your brain to take the action. But if you are overachiever, then listen up. If you start to focus on too many goals at the same time, you are setting yourself for failure, because I have done it. I am somebody overachiever, and I always put myself in this situation where I wanted to focus all the things at the same time. And what it does, it just overwhelms me and I go nowhere. And this is why I say this, just stick to the one goal at a time and just take an action. And now the most important part, which you are going to ask that, okay, I realize where the area of my life that I need help with, where things can be improved. Now I know what to do. I wrote down and I even took the action. After taking the action, 2-3 days later, your motivation is going to fade away. And people all often think that is the motivation that they are lacking. It's not the motivation. It's the resilience. It's the perseverance that you need. You definitely want to give up by week 2, because who wants to do the hard things? But always remember, the failure is a part of your plan. And this was something that was hard for me to understand, because for me, failing means that failure of my overall plan. If you have ever done a diet, then you can probably relate to this. If you had a piece of cake for one meal, now you all of a sudden think that your whole dieting is over. Might as well have a pasta. Now you had a pasta, maybe have a bag of chips. This is where we go wrong. One failure doesn't mean that our plan is destroyed, that our plan is over. Now we cannot do anything. That was my thinking. And as soon as I implemented the failure is part of my plan, some days I'm not going to be productive, and some days I am super productive, and that is okay. It's all about consistency, and consistency is not one straight line. It's always ups and downs as long as you pull back yourself up. And that is the key. Just show up daily. And on the days when you don't want to show up, and we all have those days, always remember the difference between a successful person is that they show up even if they don't want to do it. Why? Because they follow the plan, not the mood. When I wake up in the morning, there are so many days that I never wanted to work out. Workout is something is still out of my comfort, meaning that I don't enjoy it. What I do now, how can I enjoy my workout? I listen to the loud music. Second, I do, as soon as I finish my meditation, I turn on my workout video as soon as my brain comes up with an excuses. And even on the days when I don't feel like doing, I tell myself all I have to do it for 15 minutes and that's it. Even if it is going for a walk. If you made a challenge that you wanted to go for a walk every single day, and there are some days when you're not going to feel motivated, all you have to do is 15 minutes. And even less than that, sometimes just 2 minutes does the trick. And last is have an accountability partner. For a lot of people, telling a friend or telling somebody that I am going to do this thing and they are going to keep a track of your progress. They are going to ask you, or you can also do that. You can tell your friend that we are going to go gym together, but make sure that the friend that you chooses are also as disciplined as you are. You both are each other accountability. But I wanted to take it to the next level. If you really wanted to challenge it, if you are doing this exercise with me, write down what is that one area of your life that could be better? Just one area. Write down so this community is your accountability partner. Then after 6 months, come back and comment how did that go? Because I would love to hear what are the areas that you wanted to improve on and what is the one action that you are going to take today. I would really love to know, and I am going to hold you all accountable for that. Because 6 months from now, your life could look completely different, but only if you start today. Evaluate and align, activate and adjust, but only if you start today. Take a one tiny action. And if you are wondering how I manifested my life at age of 36, then you don't want to miss this video right here. If you enjoy watching a personal development, self-growth, productivity videos, then do consider subscribe and share this video with somebody who you think can also benefit from this video, who you think that can change their life in 6 months. Maybe a friend, maybe a family. I would love for you to subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching.